Here's a short video on how to install a cooker can on a Skidoo G4 chassis. This is a Skidoo 850 Summit. So what I've done is I've marked out the template of where I'm going to cut. And what that's going to do is going to remove the heat shielding from there and allow the cooker to get a little bit closer and get a little bit more heat off of the exhaust to get your food nice and hot. Next, you're going to want to take a piece of an old towel or an old sheet or something and cover it up so that you don't get any flakes of metal into your engine bay. It'll make for easy cleanup after. Then you're going to want to I took a 7/16 drill bit and drilled a radius hole at each corner to make for a nice clean finish on your cuts. Then you're going to want to I got this Princess Auto micro reamer or micro grinder with a little cutoff wheel on it, and that's what I'm going to use to cut through this aluminum. So now that you've got your template cut out, you're just going to want to grab that and just pull it off of there. You're left with some nice round corners, and you're just going to want to take a grinder and just clean those up nicely. Next, you're going to want to take a knife and just run your knife along the edge here and take this insulation out. Next, you're going to want to take a felt marker and mark the top and the bottom of your cooker bracket like so that this edge can be pushed down or removed. So I got it cut about halfway through. I started to use a hacksaw blade at the bottom and the top to kind of finish it off. My micro reamer was just not cutting it fast enough, so I'm just going to take this pair of pliers here and just kind of wiggle it off of there. Then take a grinder and just clean that up in there and do the bottom one. So once you've got all your grinding done and all your edges are nice and smooth, you can remove your towel. You can see that everything's very nice and clean here. Next, you'll be ready to install your bracket. Now you're going to want to install your bracket with the latch out so that it makes it easier to get everything done up when your cowl's on. You don't have to keep taking off your cowl. So I've used about 36 inches of hose clamp. I took two and joined them together. I hid one behind the engine so you can't see it, and I have my other one sticking out there for easy installation and removal. I've also taken two 3/8 holes and drilled top and bottom just to allow a little bit more heat in there. If you need to, if you find that it's not cooking hot enough for you, you can always cut your hole a little bit bigger on your exhaust shroud. So I've got my cooker on here, and what I've done is I'm just checking for clearance when I close the cowl to make sure that nothing touches, and you'll be able to see a little imprint on that foam if it's touching at all, and it's touching just a tiny bit right there. So I just moved this can over that way just a little bit because it was touching right there, and tighten everything back up, and it's ready to cook.